Welcome to Jackie Fleetwood Travels. Follow us for a week of adventure in Ireland. We started out at Thomas Clark's pub for music and dinner. There's a little music sampling.
Now, if you're eating, you're forgiven, okay? You don't have to clap. But anybody who's not eating, okay? We want to do what we're going to do. We want to hand it in the air. Here we go.
Traditional Irish music is so lively.
Where's all the clappers? What it called?
We were traveling with my mom and my sister, so 6 of us. Having the trip of a lifetime for my mom was a special occasion. This was one of her bucket list items. We tried every fish and chip we came across, along with amazing steaks, burgers, sandwiches, Irish stews, potato products, just you couldn't imagine, gourmet to the most basic and homey. One day we went to Howth and took a boat tour over to the Eye of Ireland island. It was beautiful. The weather was so crazy. It was sunny and then it was cloudy and misty. Here's the cave. Driver is going to give us a little story and back in and tell us a little bit about this. This island is covered with wild birds and seals, which I unfortunately was not able to get very good photos of. But this little cave was pretty interesting, and the water was rocking a lot harder than it seems to be in the photo. Weather was very cool that day. I would say it was 50.
I don't have any children on board, but usually this part of the trip I'd warn the children to be particularly quiet when we approach the cave because it's a pirate's cave and all the pirates are asleep during the daytime to do all their treasure hunting at night. On doing so, on one evening in August, I had a gang of ladies on board that were after consuming a lot of wine after a meal, and we were on the Sunset Cruise, and I had children on board as well, and I told them all, I said, be quiet now because we would wake up the pirates. One woman in particular said that she seen Johnny Depp lying on his back up at the back of the Pirates of the Caribbean, so I think she had a little bit too much on board. But the cave itself goes in about 15 metres. You can see the dead end at the back. Sometimes there is a little family of seals that live in here, and the seal might pop his head up. I'll come back as close as I can. I just have to avoid, there's a couple of rocks outside the cave entrance under the water that I have to watch for the prop. But I'll come back as far as I can, but keep an eye out in case sometimes when they hear the engines they'll pop their head up. The seals are right in at the back. It's not Johnny Depp, it's a seal.
It's a seal, huh?
That was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that boat ride that day, even though it was brisk and chilly. We hadn't planned to be out on the water.
Nice
the next couple
of
photos will show you the very
misty
misty conditions that were circling the islands as we rode around. There's some birds. Downtown Dublin, shopping, it was so much fun. Here was a pretty neat vampire painted on a wall. It was Halloween week. St. Patrick's Cathedral is an awe-inspiring sight. And Christchurch Cathedral gardens were beautiful with flowers in late October. The catacombs were fascinating. The Viking experience was worth seeing as well. Stained glass from the various cathedrals and the interesting tile work. St. Patrick's had beautiful towers and windows. We drove to Kilkenny one day. The weather was perfect. It's a magnificent castle. Very well done. The gardens are lovely. The interior is what you would expect of a castle. parquet, curving staircases, tapestries. This door was in Dublin, massive. We went to Dunlohair Maritime Museum. It's in an old church. It's beautiful. This was Dublin Castle. Downtown Dublin at night. Malahide Castle, possibly one of my favorite places to visit, right outside Dublin. The cemetery was full of beautiful tombstones. The property is surrounded by a fairy garden, which is a nice walk to see all the beautiful setup. The vines cover the castle walls. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to Jackie Fleetwood Travel.